Welcome back to Bash Bros in episode 72 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series, where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. It is the Fallout show from The King Is Back pay-per-view, and that show looked a little something like this. We were coming from the Tivoli Theatre in Ireland. It was a 65 rated show. Only disappointment really was a fault of my own. I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm a dick. Tessa Blanchard defeated Crazy Mary Dobson in a last man standing match. The problem was it went 18 minutes and I had the match aim be a wild brawl, and wild brawls should not go on any longer than 15 minutes. So, my bad. But yeah, it was a great show. Good promo from Conor in awarding Tessa with the new Women's Championship title. And that belt looks like this. It is so much sexier. The old belt, I'll actually bring it up here now. So this is the old belt, this is the new belt. It is so much better. I just think like the purple strap is a bit loud. The belt itself is silver and kind of weird. I don't know. To be fair, I actually altered this. This was like back when I did my very, very first playthrough of Notorious, before I even thought about it becoming a series. This was the belt I used, and this is the one I use now. It's so much better. It's cleaner looking. I think my editing job to get the NPW above the world is a lot better. Yeah, just so much better. And don't get excited by these, by the way, the internet titles and all this. These are concept things. I obviously play about a bit on the Intercontinental belt. I obviously play about a bit to see what I want to do going forward. So the internet belts were, what if we got a B show and it was on the internet and they would get their own set of belts. Don't get excited. I don't think I'm going to go ahead with it. So only very minor news is that Cody Rhodes is the new AEW champion. He beat Jon Moxley for it. It's weird because Cody is also on a handshake deal. A lot of the AEW guys have dropped onto handshake deals. So very ballsy to put your world title on someone who's on a handshake deal whenever you can afford to pay written exclusive deals. Christopher Daniels has also officially retired. Do you remember I said he'd be a great agent? You know what else he'd be fucking great at? Announcing. He is an 80 on announcing. What the fuck? And his colour is not bad either. His colour is a 52. So yeah, SWC are going to get one hell of an announcer now. Plus he's a great road agent. He is just a good solid hand all around to have. But that's really it for news. It's only been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days since you were last here in game. So let's look at the storylines going forward. No real changes, so the Grado Desperation storyline will continue. And that will lead to the debut. Actually, it'll lead to 2 debuts. As Grado continues to get more and more desperate. By the end of this month, Riho will leave Grado. And then that'll really start to light a fire underneath Grado in terms of getting a new client signed to GTA. British Wrestling Embassy, that is Doug Williams' new faction, versus Grizzled Young Vets. So this is the feud Nick Aldis is currently a part of. So the idea here is Nick Aldis, after the success of the reunion, the British Invasion reunion, he'll ask Doug to continue partnering with him. Doug will say no. Aldis will turn on Doug, leading to Aldis kind of joining forces with the Grizzled Young Vets to take on the British Wrestling Embassy. And then maybe a mini feud between Aldis and Reese. Reese is kind of the current head of that weird faction between the Grizzled Young Vets and himself. But we'll see. I don't know. I have not planned that far ahead. Speaking of Reese and Reese, he is feuding with Mark Haskins. That'll wrap up this month. It's been a really shitty storyline, to be honest, but that'll wrap up this month, and Reese will kind of fall into the Embassy versus Grizzled Young Vets feud. Women's Eliminator Tournament, the finals will be this month at the pay-per-view, and that is when you guys will be coming back, is for that match. Crazy Mary Dobson versus Tessa Blanchard. One more month of this. One more. Then it's done. I was going to get the belt to Dobson, and then I backtracked on it just because I kind of soured on Sarah Rowe. Once all the stuff about her and her like weird beliefs, I suppose, came out. Yeah, I'm not gonna like, I was gonna put the belt on her, and then actually the Women's Eliminator Tournament winner was gonna take the belt off of her. Now I'm skipping that, and yeah, that's just my thoughts. That's how I feel. But fuck me, right? Aussie Open versus Dynasty. One more month of this too. Just the rubber match, or the return match between the two, so Aussie Open can actually finally defeat Dynasty 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. And yeah, and that'll be the build of that this month. Is like, Dynasty, like, you never actually pinned us, you don't deserve those belts. And then Aussie Open will go on to feud with others. I don't know, probably the NIC first, then maybe the Grizzled Young Vets. I haven't decided yet. Chris Hero versus Jay Lethal. This still has like 2 or 3 more months. Lethal will face Grisham, like Grisham trying to get his friend back for a month. Hero will then return, and then we'll probably have the final match between the two the month after that. I think Lethal's going to win this in the end. He's obviously had his heel turn, and I think with the heel turn he needs to win more than Hero, who's still just face. And then Ace Austin versus Pentagon Jr. This will wrap up this month. So with the momentum of getting his new manager, Angelina Love, Ace will line up for a title match this month, and Pentagon will win. Sorry, I know, but Ace just isn't ready for the title yet. He probably could, to be honest, but I think with the likes of Nick Aldis, Kenny Omega coming in, and Jay Lethal as well, even, and how he's going, there are better options in Ace Austin currently to be the next champion. Yeah, so that is storylines going forward for the next month. Nothing really left to do now than book the show. Okay, and we are back, coming at you from the Liquid Room in Scotland. It is Thursday Night Wanted. Timing then, a lot of promos and a lot of angles this week, and I had to drop Aussie Open onto the pre-show because they're the weakest promo. Because they are the weakest promo. But so let's start the show. On the pre-show then, Aussie Open come out with the belts, and I'm like, yeah, we won, we're the best, woo! That's exactly how the promo would go. And yeah, they're like, finally, vindication, we finally won the belts. Thank you for supporting us, even when we weren't at our best. Dynasty then come out and like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. You two never pinned us. We are still, by rights, the champions. And tonight there will be a triple threat tag match for the #1 contendership. 53 rated segment, which is okay. And in a pre-show match, Crazy Mary Dobson defeated Kanji in 9:48 with a split-legged moonsault. Dobson had a 55 and Kanji had a 29. All in all, a 48, which is okay. It is okay. It's on the pre-show, and it's a fight school student with Kanji, so not devastated by that. Now on to the main card. The British Wrestling Embassy, which is the Bulldogs and Miles Kamen, defeated Les Artistes and Ken Malmsteen in 10:16 when Mark tapped out Peter Fisher. So let's take a wee look then. Miles had a 53, Thomas, both the Bulldogs, 49, Ken a 38, Peter a 37, and Lucas a 36. Doug did good work at ringside. 48 overall, that's okay. Again, the Bulldogs, that's probably better from the Bulldogs. Like it's 40 to 50 is kind of a mid-card guy for us, and they are a mid-card tag team at the minute. Post-match then, Easton Reese and the Grizzled Young Vets come out annoyed about their loss at the pay-per-view and threaten to kick their ass. They are then interrupted by Nick Aldis, who says, "Bring it on, me and my bestie Doug Williams, we're gonna, the British invasion, here we go, we're gonna kick your ass." And Doug's like, "Nick, that was a one-time deal. I said to you, you know, don't make this shit awkward. And that will be the catalyst for Nick Aldis showing his true colours and being the big heel that he always has been. 61, which is good. Backstage promo then between semi-finalists Maki Ito and Martina. And they promise each other to have one hell of a match. 63, which is great. Both Maki and Martina very charismatic. So yeah, great to see. And the match itself, Maki Ito defeated Martina in 1446, the DDT. Maki had a 54, Martina had a 56. Bunch of bonuses for Maki. 54 overall. A wee bit disappointing, but it's face versus face, so that will have let it down a little bit. Still good though, still good. Then in a backstage angle, Jen enters the private suite of Ace Austin and Angelina Love, and they're in red silk dressing gowns, and there's champagne and strawberries and cream and all that crap. And Angelina introduces herself as, Ace Austin's lover. All this crap. She gifts him, a nice new set of really stupid sunglasses that he likes to wear, maybe a new cane, to get across that, she is the sugar mama and he is the toy boy. Just all these things. And yeah, that's just kind of to signify the start of their managerial relationship. I should clarify, actually, Angelina Love is no longer an active competitor. She is only a manager and some other backstage role, I think. So she won't be wrestling for us. She will be purely a manager. Then, in the number one contender match for the tag titles, Dynasty defeated Birds of Prey and Lycos Jim in 1433. Rich had a 60, which is great. Jody a 48, Davey a 58, Joe a 59, Junior a 53, and Lycos a 60, which is great. And some bonuses there for Dynasty. 60 overall, which is great. I love how Lycos Jr. just every once in a while decides to really up his game and pull out a 60. It makes me laugh. And in our main event, in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Ace Austin defeated Will Hobbs in 1739. Following a botched interference from Carlos Romo. So in this, Angelina Love would go to interfere, and then Carlos would kind of come out and distract her, and then accidentally end up costing Will Hobbs the match. 62 from Ace, 50 from Will Hobbs. Got that. Angelina Love to go over ringside, and apparently they have excellent chemistry. And in the post-match segment, Carlos gets in Ace's face but gets laid out with a cane shot. Will Hobbs gets back up to his feet, also laid out with a cane shot. Pentagon then comes out to fight off Ace. But from behind, Angelina Love smashes a bottle of champagne over Pentagon's head. And then Ace and Angelina Love grossly make out over all their fallen enemies. 50 rated segment. 60 overall, which is good considering we actually didn't have a Conor McGregor promo. So guys, there is no news coming out of the Fallout show. So, as I have said earlier this episode, maybe last episode, you guys will not be back now until the pay-per-view itself, which is Wind Your Neck In, which is August week 3. Again, I've said this for the last couple of episodes. This is because I want you guys to come back for the interesting bits. I personally feel like not enough was happening episode to episode, so this is a chance for me to play ahead. You guys come back for big things, and like I said, for this it's for the women's tournament final. So yeah, I think that'd be a great thing for you guys to come back for. And then after that, you guys will probably be back for the Fallout show for that too. Again, just so then you guys know, in terms of storylines, where we're heading. A lot of our roster. So, if you did enjoy this episode, leave a like and do subscribe to the Bash Bros channel for many other great shows. Nick and I just wrapped up playing Man of Medan in our Bros After Dark series. And hopefully, sometime this year, we'll get round to Hitman 2. That is a Hans Davis guarantee, and that is worth bullshit. But hopefully we'll get to do that. If you have any ideas for storylines, feuds, tag teams, anything like that, leave them in the comments below and I will try book them for you. And with all that being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.